Hello everyone, Revan619. Continuing my playthrough here to try and catalogue the new stuff. One of the things I notice, Heretic benefits from this buff so much. It's without argument that Operative is the weakest tier 1 archetype in the game. Low attack economy, low damage, low buff potential, low debuff potential. It's very unimpactful and generally not something you would pick unless you actually needed the skill checks. Like, if you didn't need the out of combat skill checks, you would never have an operative in your party. It's like classic 3.5 rogues. It's just not very good. But one of the things I have noticed is when you go down the Heretic path. So Idra got massive boosts that she was able to... Not Idra, sorry. Heretic got massive boosts in the fact that she can now use the sniper gear, because the sniper gear was locked to the human companions, but now she can access it, so there's a lot of stuff that she can use it for. However, I've noticed when you go down the Heretic path, the bounty hunter loops that they tried to nerf out of with 1.3, so sometimes your extra turns don't reset your attack economy, you can't get bonus attacks on those turns, and it tries not to reset your abilities. Yet when you're on Heretic, it seems to be working the old way, where it's refreshing abilities and giving MP back. So if I use Claim the Bounty to kill off all the trash here, Pascal then takes his turn. So we'll just throw on some exploits here. Obviously, because of the marksman helm that I've got on over on Heretic, she's actually adding more exploits as she kills things, which is pretty nice. But then look, so I've increased my AP and I've refreshed my abilities. So as long as I keep killing prey, yeah, I keep refreshing my attack economy here. So the operative has gone from being absolutely terrible. Look, I've gone up to 4 MP now. If I use the if I use the aimed one, I don't get anything. Obviously, getting kills with the Claim the Bounty was obviously giving me more uses of it. So yeah, you can still drain your things, or like I said, if you're using the 1 AP ability or the 1 AP snipes to kill things, and you're doing that, like, you're just generating more AP. Because Heretic, when you use the Wanderer's Potent, if you get a critical, you get a free attack. So by killing with that, when it comes back to her, she can attack with it again, so it's just constantly refreshing her attack economy, but you still need to kill. So, yeah, you're only getting back 1 AP. Well, technically, you gain 2 AP, but you lose 1. But if you have to use 2 and then a third, you're not really gaining much. So yeah, see, look, she's back at 2 here. Yeah, it's this very finicky thing. It's obviously it's the Heretic chance ability that when you get kills in the first round, that you can sometimes get AP back. And because the bounty hunter is refreshing her abilities, obviously you're generating AP and you're getting to use your other things. But eventually you'll run out of things that you can pray, so the loop will eventually end, as you see here, but it made for a way more effective turn 1 than anything else. But the rest of this is just going to be the normal combat here. Yeah, so I've been looking through, so they've changed quite a few of the gears and some of the gear locations. Like, some of the Act 4 stuff has been snuck into random places in Act 1 and Act 2. I've noticed that you get 2 pairs of Battle Psyker boots if you go along Idra's questline now, as well as one of the crowns that was, yeah, it was in much later in the game. But yeah, with the 2 sniper rifles, obviously I can switch between those 2. But yeah, Heretic, like I said, she's doing a lot, and this was all from Bring It Down. Honestly, I feel like this is the way Operative should work. Because Operative's so weak, I think a buff that could be quite useful for it is we do have, in Bounty Hunter, you have something called Expert Finesse, which is when you kill a tier 4 enemy, you immediately reload and you get another bonus attack. Then there's Death Dealer, that once per combat, you can, when you kill an enemy, you get to do an extra attack of 30% of your normal damage. I think that this should be just buffed. That so basically, if you kill any enemy, Expert Finesse should just take another attack at the closest enemy, or maybe you just get a free attack that as long as you kill, you generate another attack. So, so say you take a shot, expert finesse triggers because you killed someone, you shoot another thing. If that expert finesse kills something, then maybe it should trigger again, and that way it can constantly trigger to proc up and clear up all the trash. Or even if you just made it trigger on everything, and death dealer as well. So you kill one trash mob, you take 2 more shots. So at least that way you can kill 3 things rather than 1 thing a turn. I don't know, I just think that maybe Operative as a sniper should be more beneficial to snipers. Right now nothing really supports sniper other than 1 sniper talent that you have with it. And I think it should be able to chain kill trash mobs and then use its debuff abilities on the stronger enemies. And I feel like it would make Operative much more viable and useful, because at the moment the only reason I have Operatives is because I use 2 bounty hunters to turn loop and reset a bunch of buffs, which just makes them more effective than having another officer. Because otherwise, if they remove the bounty hunter buffs, you'd probably just have 3 officers and no operatives, rather than 1 officer and 2 operative bounty hunters. But that's just me. We'll have to see what they decide to do. I can use it quite effectively. I can get through on unfair. 1.3, you definitely notice some of the weaker classes a lot more. Now that they've buffed the damage, you really see just how much worse Vanguards, Assassins, and Operatives are than everything else. But what is cool is, as you can see with what this man has equipped here, they've added more melters. So that enemy here will, after this combat, will drop that melter. So yeah, so there's more ways to get melters early on. There's more melters in the shop. So yeah, you can use melters more. I think they'd be better if they didn't require a special talent. Same with flamers. If flamers and melters didn't require a special talent, I would use them. But the fact that they require a special talent means that I only really use them on flamers on Argenta, because why waste a melter talent? And there's no end game heavy melter. There's the multi melter, but it's not the best. One thing I am really enjoying is Abelard's push build here. I'm also setting it up so he's going to use a hammer and an axe to do 2-weapon fighting. So he'll go in, do the 1 AP shove to knock 1 person down, and he'll get the extra push damage and the Malpain Shroud from that. And then his axe will be able to be used for just 1 AP on someone else. So with charge, he'll have 3 attack economy, which for a Vanguard is really good. And then if you use Bracer Impact with Get Off Me and then Defensive Stance, when enemies attack you and you parry them, you also knock them back and damage them. So essentially you turn Vanguard into Light Enforcer's boots, which is when you riposte, you attack and kick. So yes, Navy Officer Vanguard is still worse than just equipping the Light Enforcer's boots on, say, a Warrior Arc Militant, or even like a Blade Dancer, Executioner, or anything else. But it's fun, it's flavorful. We're trying to create more ways to play the game rather than just having a full party of Officer Grand Strategists and Warrior Arc Militants and Blade Dancer Executioners. I'm trying to rework my Blade Dancer Executioner to use Force Swords as well, because there are ways to do it. And with the buffs, you can still go Heretic 5 and Dogmatic 2. So I'm actually going to try and do that to make a viable build to use the Heretic Force Sword. The problem is that it's now 2-hander, which kind of sucks. And if you want the increased psi rating, you have to start using the 2-hander first. It's psi rating, you lose it if you swap off it, and then you don't get back swapping back to it. It's really annoying. Oh, I've just realised where Abelard is. I can't Blade Dance here. Oh, that's annoying. Essentially, that was a very bad play. I've made it so I can't attack this. And I've also started not really enjoying burst fires. Yeah, I'm thinking I need to take concentrated fire earlier on... controlled shot, sorry. On Argenta earlier, because half the time I can't use her because she can't ever shoot because I have a very melee heavy build. Her shotguns, I actually have been getting a lot of use out of it, but it's mostly because I'm trying to shoot around where my companions are. So I might change her up a little bit to get rid of concentrated fire. Though I do like it for end game, it just means it doesn't make me happy early game. Because end game, heavy bolter, heavy flamer, swapping between concentrated fire and rapid fire is it's the highest damage that a soldier arc militant's going to do. But early game, it's so tedious because I have such a melee heavy party, I can't ever shoot. But that I'm just creating my own problems there. Ideally, what you could do is take a controlled shot early, and then when you get to Exemplar, that's then when you take concentrated fire, because that's when you'll be using the heavy flamers. Though you do get a very nice heavy flamer in the Act 2 DLC. So, I don't know. But yeah, I've stopped using 2 officers. I'm finding having more than 1 officer just tedious. Like, there's so much I want to do. Like, I like having 2 melee. I like having one support. I like having 2 bounty hunters. And then I like having someone ranged. So if I have another officer, I'm losing a combat slot. And you want 2 bounty hunters to be able to effectively loot buffs. One of them will probably be Idra anyway, and the other one will be Pascal because you need him for checks. So if you're using, say, your rogue trader as a blade dancer, and then you'll use either Heinrichs or Abelard, or even Cabela, or if you had your rogue trader in different kind of melee, you could swap between those 3. Yeah, it just means, yeah, I don't really see a spot for Jay anymore. And where she's got the bad version of Finest Hour, I kind of don't like her in the party anymore. Especially now that they've nerfed her, because they're constantly nerfing her. Now that she doesn't have like infinite dual pistol paired shots, yeah, she just kind of feels meh. Like I've shown before when I did her build video, you can still make her useful, but I don't know. I feel like I just don't need her in the squad anymore. Maybe I've gotten better at the game, and now that I play more optimally, I don't have a need for multiple officers. Though I say that, I've really messed up this combat. Like, I should have been able to almost 1-turn this, but where I just bad positioned it, I didn't even 2-turn it. We're going into turn 4. God damn it. But actually, we can show some of the push stuff that we've got here on Abelard. Like, blimp! And now that I've got Melpain Shroud, you can add that damage to the push as well, which is kind of nice. Ugh, we touched the turn 4. Ugh. Ugh, doing turn 4 in Act 2. Ugh. Disgusting. But anyway, that's all I want to show off. I wanted to show off that, yeah, Eurolit's now more useful now that she can use the sniper gear, and now that you've got like the infinite turn loops, that's something else you can enjoy if you go for those Heretic broads. But till next time, bye.